Have you ever noticed how some people hold power over others without ever saying a word? They don't chase, they don't explain, they just disappear. And suddenly, everyone scrambles to get close again. It's not magic, it's the power of pulling back. Most people never learn how to use this to their advantage, but once you understand this fundamental truth about human psychology, everything changes. When you're constantly available, always responding, always helping, people start taking your presence for granted. It becomes expected rather than appreciated. But something powerful happens when you stop being so available. The dynamics shift. People who barely noticed you suddenly feel your absence. Those who took advantage start questioning if they pushed too far. The energy you were freely giving becomes something they now have to earn. In this video, I'm going to show you how to protect your energy, reclaim your power, and stop letting others drain you. It's time to stop over-explaining, stop justifying, and start becoming aware of how your emotional availability has been used against you. Let's get into how you can start protecting your energy today. The truth is, emotional availability, when unchecked, becomes leverage. You're not just connecting with people. You're performing a version of yourself that keeps the peace, fixes problems, and absorbs emotions. This version of you may feel like it's who you are, but it's actually a mask, a role that's been shaped by what others expect. Over time, people stop seeing you for who you truly are, and start valuing what you can do for them instead. This kind of emotional transaction, where you're always available, always giving, becomes a subtle form of control. The more predictable your reactions, the more power you give away. People know exactly when you'll react, when you'll respond, and when you'll soften to make everything better. But this isn't real intimacy, it's emotional manipulation masked as connection. So, what happens when you stop reacting? When you withdraw your energy and stop playing the part people have cast you in? The dynamic shifts instantly. Those who once relied on your emotional availability now have to earn your presence. You break free from the patterns that have been keeping you stuck in a cycle of overgiving, and in that space, your true power starts to emerge. You no longer have to explain or justify yourself. You simply let the silence speak for you. Now, let's talk about how to protect your energy by reclaiming your time and emotional bandwidth. Your time is your most valuable resource, and every time you spend it on someone else's chaos, you're draining your own energy. Every yes you give to others without checking if it aligns with your own needs lowers your vibration, both mentally and energetically. High vibrational states like joy, clarity, and self-respect are replaced by low frequencies like guilt, resentment, and depletion. The more you say yes to what doesn't serve you, the more your energetic field shifts. You start attracting people who expect this version of you, the over-available, boundary-less version. And they don't even realize they're doing it. They're simply matching the frequency you've been broadcasting. And here's where the spiritual trap comes in. You begin to confuse being drained with being loving. You think abandoning yourself for others is kindness, but it's not. When you constantly give to others without honoring your own needs, you fracture your alignment. And that misalignment leads to burnout. It's not just about feeling tired. It's about feeling like you've lost yourself in the process. The key is to protect your energy, to say no without guilt, and to stop justifying why you can't always be there for others. When you set those boundaries, you start to reclaim your own peace, and that's when the real transformation begins. The next crucial step in protecting your energy is recognizing when you're performing for others rather than living authentically. So many of us get caught in a pattern of people-pleasing, adapting ourselves to fit what others want or need. We become the helper, the fixer, the one who always responds, always soothes, always carries the weight for others. But when we do this, we're not truly connecting with them. We're merely filling a role. This performance is not love. It's utility. And the more we perform, the more we teach others to value us based on our function, not our true self. Over time, we forget who we really are underneath the mask we've created to survive. We get so good at being what others need that we lose sight of our own needs. We start to equate being indispensable with being loved, but this is where the confusion begins. When you stop performing and start showing up authentically, the dynamic shifts. Suddenly, you're no longer easy, no longer predictable, no longer just there to fill a need. You've broken the cycle, and this is where true connection can begin. The people who were only connected to the version of you that performed will start to feel threatened by your absence because they no longer know how to interact with you. This shift may cause discomfort for them, but it's a necessary step in reclaiming your power. You're no longer just a utility. You are a full, multi-dimensional person who can no longer be reduced to a role. Let's dive deeper into the idea of emotional detachment. Detaching doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It means you stop clinging to the emotional chaos that others bring into your life. When you stop protecting your energy, you'll begin to notice how often you're giving away your emotional currency for nothing in return. You feel drained, confused, and disconnected because you've been carrying someone else's emotional weight for far too long. The truth is, many of us confuse emotional chaos for closeness. When someone pulls us into their storm, we feel needed, and that gives us a false sense of connection. But real connection is not about constantly fixing or soothing. It's about mutual respect and balance, and if you're always the one giving, it's not balanced, it's exhausting. When you start recognizing these patterns, you'll begin to see the emotional toll they take on you. Every time you say yes, when your soul wants to say no, you fracture your alignment. And that fracture becomes a breeding ground for burnout. So, how do you reclaim your energy? It starts with creating healthy boundaries and honoring your own needs. When you stop rescuing others from their chaos and focus on your own peace, you'll realize that the peace you gain is worth far more than the temporary validation you get from fixing someone else's problems. This is not just about saying no to others, it's about saying yes to yourself. And that's where the power truly lies. As you begin to reclaim your energy, the next important step is recognizing the role of silence in your journey to protect your energy. Silence, when chosen with intention, is not retreat. It's a powerful act of reclamation. Often, we believe that we need to constantly explain ourselves, defend our boundaries, or justify our decisions. But what if the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all? What if, in moments of provocation or emotional turmoil, the quiet is where your true power lies? When you choose silence over reaction, you break the cycle of emotional manipulation and control. You stop feeding into someone else's narrative, their projections, and their need to provoke a reaction from you. Silence interrupts the script they've written for you, and it forces them to confront the truth. You are no longer a participant in their drama. This is where emotional discipline comes in. Emotional reactivity feels natural, but it's also a trap. Every time you react impulsively, you lose a bit of yourself. Your energy is diverted, and your peace is sacrificed. But when you practice silence and stillness, you reclaim your energy. You begin to witness situations instead of getting caught up in them. You see through the projections, the manipulations, and the attempts to control you. In moments of emotional charge, pause. Don't react. Don't defend yourself. Instead, observe. Recognize the power of that stillness. It's in this moment, this pause, where true transformation happens. This is where you stop reacting out of fear, out of conditioning, or out of habit. You choose presence, clarity, and control over being swept up in the chaos. By mastering the art of silence, you protect your energy, regain your sovereignty, and start creating a life that's aligned with your true self, not the roles others have cast you in. The final key to protecting your energy is recognizing when it's time to let go, whether it's letting go of toxic relationships, draining habits, or self-sabotaging patterns. When you stop giving your energy to things that no longer serve you, you create space for something far more powerful: self-empowerment. We often find ourselves holding on to relationships or situations because we fear being alone, misunderstood, or abandoned. But what if the greatest form of self-love is releasing what doesn't nourish you? Letting go doesn't mean rejecting people. It means honoring yourself and your boundaries. It's about stepping away from what drains you and finding peace in the space that's left behind. This release isn't about loss. It's about reclaiming what's yours. When you let go of toxic attachments, you stop allowing others to dictate your emotional state. You stop playing roles that aren't authentic to who you are. And in doing so, you create the freedom to become the person you were always meant to be. Releasing what no longer serves you doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're making space for healing and growth. You're creating room for the real connections that bring you joy, alignment, and peace. The more you practice letting go, the more you align with your true self, the more your energy will flow freely and powerfully. This is the transformation that happens when you protect your energy. It's not about keeping everything together, but about allowing the right things to come into your life while letting go of what holds you back. As you move forward, remember, your energy is sacred. Protect it. Guard it. Let go of what drains it. And in doing so, you'll unlock a life that is truly yours. One where your time, your presence, and your energy are used with intention and purpose, not out of obligation. This is how you reclaim your power, and this is how you begin to live a life aligned with your truest self. As we wrap up this journey of protecting your energy and reclaiming your power, remember that the process of guarding your emotional and mental space isn't a one-time effort. It's a daily practice. By setting boundaries, embracing silence, and letting go of what no longer serves you, you're not just protecting yourself. You are stepping into your most authentic, empowered self. You don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing your peace. You are not here to be consumed by others' chaos or to perform for validation. You are here to live a life that aligns with your truth, to show up for yourself in ways that are nourishing and fulfilling. The more you honor your energy, the more you will attract the people and opportunities that truly align with who you are. The ones who value your silence, your presence, and your authenticity will be the ones who stay. And those who cannot see you beyond what you can do for them will naturally fall away, but that's not a loss, it's freedom. So, take a deep breath. Step into your power. Let go of the roles you've been playing, and allow yourself to be seen as you truly are. You are not here to shrink, explain, or justify. You are here to expand, to create, and to live unapologetically. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to take the first step today. Start protecting your energy, honoring your truth, and living from a place of alignment. If you're ready to stop performing and start living fully, subscribe for more content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, your energy is sacred, and it's time to reclaim it. Protect your peace, honor your boundaries, and move like you're already free. Until next time, take care of yourself and your energy.